We're here at New Arts Foundry, a fine arts foundry. We provide professional casting services for the artist. We do everything via the lost wax process. People will bring us their original artwork and we will make molds, castings via the lost wax process. Not unlike photography, in that people bring us an original image, we make a negative. Our negatives are molds, and then from the negatives we make positives or prints, which we call castings. So somebody will bring us their original artwork, we'll make a rubber mold. The rubber mold would then be used to make a wax positive. The wax positive is a casting in wax that's going to replicate the original as closely as we can to the limitation of the mold. Once we have the wax positive, we go into touch-up and we clean up the wax. We correct things like seam lines and bubbles and those sort of things, and we try and have the wax be as faithful to the original as we can. That wax is then usually inspected by the artist, and we use it to make our next negative, which is going to be a ceramic negative. But to do that, we first have to attach the plumbing of the lost wax process. So we attach sprues and gates so that we can get these bronze into the mold and the wax out of the mold. Once these wax positive has been gated, it enters our shell room where we build the ceramic shell molds. The ceramic shell molds are built over top of these wax positives or wax patterns, one layer at a time. They generally will take about 8 layers, and we usually apply only 1 layer per day. So it's about 8 working days to create the mold. We let it dry overnight after the last coat is applied, and we will then fire it. Coming out of the shell room, we'll have a ceramic mold that is built over top of that wax positive. So we have a wax positive which is supporting the ceramic negative. We no longer need the wax positive because the ceramic negative has enough green strength to support itself. So we take the two combined and place them in our kiln. We fire them to about 1500 degrees and we melt out the wax. At the same time, the ceramic is also becoming vitrified. So all of this happens in the same process, and we have evacuated the wax from the mold and fired the shell to its maximum strength. Once we've evacuated the wax, we can then set them in a box of sand to hold them upright, and we can fill them with bronze. The ceramic shell will be the negative, leaving us a space where we can pour the bronze. So we now have a bronze positive inside the ceramic negative. The bronze will solidify, and when cool, we'll start to remove the ceramic shell. The ceramic shell mold is a waste mold process. We can take the mold and remove it by hammering away, cracking the mold, and actually just destroying it, leaving us with just the bronze positive. That bronze positive will have the gates and sprues that were added in wax, all of which will be sandblasted, and those will be cut off using a plasma torch, and the bronze parts will be taken into the finishing room for welding, grinding, and chasing. Once complete, we will then apply a patina. Patina is a chemical coloration of the surface, sort of like an antiquing, an artificially aging. The foundry's been in business for about 40 years in Baltimore. We've done projects of all shapes and sizes. We like to work closely with artists. We in particular like input and have over the years really enjoyed the artists that we've worked with and the projects that we've had. We work for the artist. So depending on where the artist is selling or has been commissioned to put up something, the work goes there. We generally work with artists in the mid-Atlantic region. We have pieces that have gone to Venezuela, and we had pieces that went on the space shuttle. So they can go anywhere.